the real impediment to adopting the $800 billion financial rescue bill was the minority of Republicans in Congress who opposed it. Well, the majority Democrats had the ability to just cram it by the Republicans if they wanted to. That was too much of a political risk for the Democrats to take. Pelosi made it clear, and Reid made it clear, that they had to have a good number of Republicans going along with them. And it was very important that John McCain be down there, and he is very instrumental in getting the 90-some odd Republicans in the House to support that rescue bill, so that in fact it was implemented. He had a heavy load to carry, and he went down there and carried it while Barack Obama was out campaigning and phoning it in.
Let me just briefly respond to that. There were reports before Senator McCain went down there that there was a deal, that they were going to have a deal. And Rick Davis has recently bragged that McCain blew up the deal. So to say that he had an instrumental role, if anything, it was a negative role. And as Barney Frank said, God help us if we have more of that help.
He did not. What came out was, well, first of all, Barney Frank shouldn't talk because he caused the problem. He used, and the group of Democrats used Freddie Mac and Ginnie Mae to do the subprime loans that have basically caused a lot of the problems that $1 trillion of these were pushed very hard by the Democrats, and especially by Barney Frank. So he shouldn't be talking about it. But when you came down to it, John McCain arrived in Washington and found out, and it was there was a deal that the leaders were talking about, but the conservative Republicans in the House weren't going along with that deal, and they were just kind of getting their act together as to what they wanted to do. And they wanted to, in fact, give direct aid to Main Street rather than going through the Wall Street investment banks and commercial banks. And that came up at the conference in the White House, and McCain realized that this was something that had to be straightened out with his own party before the bill could get passed, and he was very instrumental in doing that. That's why he remained silent at that point, let the minority leader in the House speak, because the minority leader had to take the first responsibility for getting his troops under control on this. So the leaders had a deal, but as Pelosi said, the deal doesn't work unless they had a good number of those conservative Republicans going along with it, and that's why McCain had some really tough work to do there.